Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we've got a story that's at this really cool crossroads of veterinary science and, elite high-speed sports. It's an amazing look at how one person's super specialized career can literally transform an entire industry. So, what does it actually take? I mean, it's not exactly a career you hear about every day, right? But the journey to the top of this field, well, it's a total masterclass in dedication, innovation, and learning from all corners of the globe. And we're going to see it all through the incredible story of Dr. Medhat.elshemy.
First things first, let's set the scene. You need to forget any idea you have of camels being these slow, plodding animals. We are talking about the world of professional camel racing, a place that's just packed with excitement, suspense, and a ton of enthusiasm. This is a multi-million-dollar industry where these animals are treated like absolute elite athletes.
Okay, so our story really kicks off with a massive decision. A choice to leave a familiar world behind and just dive headfirst into something totally new, specialized, and frankly, really demanding.
Medhat.elshemy started out on a pretty traditional path. He graduated from Cairo University back in 2003, worked with livestock, the usual. But then, 2008 happens, and everything changes. He leaves his job in dairy farming, packs up, and moves to Qatar. This was it, his call to adventure, a leap into the high-stakes world of racing camels.
And you can really feel his motivation in this quote. This wasn't just about a new job. He was pulled towards this world of passion and crazy high performance. He saw a chance to explore a field that was just a world away from everything he'd ever known. But, just getting into the field was only the first step. To become a real master, he realized he had to go on this relentless, worldwide hunt for knowledge. He figured out pretty fast that all the expertise wasn't in just one place. So, to become a leader in camel performance, he took specialized training courses all over the planet, from Europe to New Zealand to South Africa. He was basically piecing together the best knowledge the world had to offer, one country at a time.
And listen, this was not just basic animal first aid. He was mastering advanced diagnostic tools that you'd normally associate with top-tier human athletes. We're talking ultrasound, X-rays, ECGs, even infrared cameras to analyze performance. It just goes to show you how scientific and sophisticated this sport really is.
So, after collecting all this expertise from around the globe, Dr. Elshemy hits this major turning point. He wasn't just a player in the world of camel racing anymore, he was about to become one of its biggest innovators. This is that moment where he shifts from being a great vet to a true pioneer. He looked around and saw these gaps in the industry, in how they handled nutrition, and how knowledge was shared in diagnostics, and he just decided to fill them himself.
And his first big innovation was this idea. He created Camula One, a website and a hub for knowledge. Now that name is no accident, it's a direct nod to Formula One. He was reframing camel racing in that same high-tech, data-driven, peak performance way we think about elite motorsports. It was his way of documenting and sharing everything he'd learned with the whole community.
You can really see his impact in 3 big steps. First, while he was consulting in New Zealand, he helped develop specialized feeds to seriously optimize camel nutrition and performance. Second, he launched that Camula One platform we just talked about. And third, he established a dedicated veterinary lab just for racing camels.
You can literally watch his career evolve. He starts out with that hands-on veterinary work. Then, he zooms out to focus on the bigger picture of nutrition and consulting. And finally, he's at this huge scale of entrepreneurship and innovation that's shaping the entire industry. And that brings us to the final chapter of this incredible journey. After gaining all this experience from all over the world, the story really comes full circle. So after getting even more experience in Dubai and setting up his groundbreaking lab, he returned to his home country, Egypt, in 2021. But he didn't just come back as a vet. He came back as a leading consultant, bringing more than a decade of world-class specialized knowledge right back to where his journey began. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that Medhat.elshemy's story shows the incredible power of focusing on a niche. By dedicating himself to this one field, hunting down knowledge like there was no tomorrow, and innovating wherever he saw a need, he didn't just build a career for himself. He helped redefine and modernize an entire sport.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? His journey was in camel racing, sure, but the lesson here is universal. If one person's focused passion can have this much of an impact on a niche sport, what other fields out there are just waiting for their own dedicated pioneer to show up and completely change the game?